So, Igli, thank you for doing this. For coming on this podcast. I like to have interviews and conversations with fighters, especially around mindset. And you've been doing mindfulness with me for quite a while now. So I thought we'll just
Yeah.
catch up. And just first of all, can you just explain, your 2025? How's that been so far? Maybe if you can share some of the fights that you had, and give us a little background about who you are as well.
Okay. Good morning, first of all, and I'm gonna say thank you to you, and it's my pleasure to be here with you. Yeah,
Thank you.
it's been quite a lot working with you, and not just working business, but as friends as well. So that's what makes me more happy about it. And yeah, my 2025 has been a bit tough, but even fighting wise, because I had to prepare all my fights myself. But thanks to people like you, I could prepare my fight even even better, even
Hmm.
if I was alone by myself right now. But yeah, that was quite a good help.
Yeah. And what about you? Quickly, a little bit about where you're from,
Uh,
um,
where I'm
and maybe one or
from,
two things about you that we should know.
yeah, um, I'm from Italy, and in 2022 I moved in the UK to pursue my dream to be a Muay Thai coach and full time,
Hmm.
and a Muay Thai fighter full time,
Yeah.
um, helping myself to reach my dream and become much better in Muay Thai, coaching wise and fighting wise. Till 2025 that I came back in Italy, and right
Yeah.
now I'm finding a new spot where to go.
Yeah. And you suffered a couple of physical injuries as well, right? That affected something to do with your head and your brain. And that was probably one of your biggest challenges, right? As a fighter, it was
Yeah,
quite some scary moments. So can you share a little bit about that as well?
yeah, it is. It is still, it is still here with me, but I'm I'm managing to I'm managing to sort out this problem, and yeah, basically, getting it all my life is not a good thing for my body, but
Yeah.
you need to know when you're gonna stop a little bit to like regenerate your body. And basically this problem made me feel a lot anxious, a lot paranoid,
Yeah.
a lot of depression as well, because it seems
Yeah.
like easy to have an
Mm.
injury, but when this injury is close to your brain, close to your head, it can cause a lot of problems. Not
Yeah.
just raw pain, but also problem with that affects your mind. Like as I said, depression, quality of life, thinking wise, and yeah. So
So
I'm trying to manage to sort out this problem with some professional doctors. So
yeah.
we hope for the future.
Right. So there's stuff that's very physical that the doctors can help with, and there's stuff that we've been working on that the mind can help with and support that. So if I
Yeah,
can share just a little bit when we first started working together, some of the things that you came for me, like you had a feeling first of all of like not being enough, like your self-worth and the pressure, from your girlfriend, from your family, from friends, and you had a tendency to put everyone first, right? You would
yeah,
put them first, um, and that made a sense of guilt and upset. Also, there was a lot of heavy emotional baggage from your past. I don't want to go into too deep, but the father, the pain, the sadness, unresolved anger, and you talked about some bullying in your childhood as well that helped in that
yeah,
direction of growth and so you were thinking about your past regularly. So those waves of thoughts all about your history were coming up quite often, and think about it made you a bit upset, and made you lose focus. So after surgery, you said that this depression you were just speaking of, right? That's when it kind of came. You felt being stuck in London, losing opportunities, losing momentum, and then watching a lot of that kind of slip away.
Yeah.
So when we started working together, we were introducing the concept of being present, managing your thoughts. So why don't we talk about how talk about the other side of it and how mindfulness, played a role in that. And I think the best way to do that is me to ask you a few questions about how mindfulness has helped in that way. Um, so first of all, the idea of lots of thoughts racing in the mind. So when your mind is racing and you feel like you're losing control, you know, how and where do you start to bring yourself back to the present moment?
So you helped me a lot on that. And when I was like overthinking too much, like going into that ocean of thoughts
Hmm.
that every day we swim as humans, because we humans we swim in a lot of thoughts every day since
Hmm.
we wake up and then we go sleeping.
Yeah.
So how do I manage that? Like you helped me a lot on breathing, closing my eyes in every moment of the day that I feel like I'm swimming in this big ocean and it's
Yes.
really hard to swim. I'm just closing my eyes, deep
Hmm.
breathing with my nose, and I let the thoughts go.
Yeah.
Like I don't need it right now.
Yeah. And we were saying that a lot of those thoughts about the past and all your history, like you don't control that. You don't have a choice. They will come up naturally. But it's
Yeah,
how you then respond to those thoughts. You don't actually have to be the prisoner to those thoughts. Like you said, you can start to have some power with the breath and learn to decide and have choice. Do I want to engage with those thoughts right now? Are those thoughts skillful right now? And how did you use these techniques to break this cycle of emotional burnout? Because you say that many people feel kind of mentally exhausted and they don't know why, right? So how can you advise someone to recognize these signs, these early signs of the burnout?
so I could help someone like, okay, you're burning out about your thoughts. Just let it go. As you said, we can't have control of those thoughts. Like every day, I cannot control that thought, that thought, that thought. It's gonna be impossible. It's like a uh, waiter in a restaurant putting some plates, and
Mm,
he could he couldn't like put more than 10 plates. If you put 11,
yeah,
12, 13 plays, boom, everything gonna fall off. Same as
yeah.
the thoughts. If I'm
Hmm.
trying to control a lot of thoughts every day, boom, something gonna snap, and then I'm gonna go burning out my head.
Yeah,
So I think about that and then I let it go. I think about that and then I let it go. If I need it now, okay. If I don't need it, boom, just
yeah,
go and keep breathing, because that's
yeah.
the that's the point of everything, breathing.
So someone listening to this right now saying, hey, just let it go. That's easy to say, but it's hard to do, right? So the skill to let it go, that was actually something we practiced over a long time, right? The sitting down. So how can someone learn the skill to let it go? Explain like kind of there's because we can just say to someone, let it go, sounds
Yeah,
easy, but in fact, it's something you practice. So how did you practice that?
just sitting down in a quiet place. But even if I'm not in a quiet place, I just put some relaxing music and I start closing my eyes, breathing and focusing on stuff that that I'm actually living, like where I am, what I'm doing, why I'm here, what's my purpose in what I'm doing today.
Yeah.
So focusing on 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 achieving my goals in that day more than in the thoughts.
Yeah.
Focusing on finishing the day, achieving some goals. I set it up in the morning
Yeah.
since I wake up. Then I start breathing slowly, slowly, and then focusing also my body as well. Something stuff that I can touch, stuff
Yeah.
that I actually have control.
Yeah. So let's talk about how have you applied these tools in the past couple of fights, in your fight preparation and on fight day, how explain to someone how do you apply that technique as a fighter?
How do I apply those technique? Number one, with your help, because without your help, there wasn't like a good outcome on that. Because
Hmm.
before knowing you, I didn't even know how to manage a fight, doing that kind of mental preparation. So how do I manage that in fight camp when I feel stressed, when I feel that everything is like it's like burning out my head, like we say before. I try just to focus more on the outcome of the fight I want,
Hmm.
and then I start closing my eyes and breathing and focusing on what's that what's the outcome I really want.
Yeah.
Then every time I train, also now sometimes with the problem we said before I had and I still have about my neck.
Yeah.
So that makes me when I train, that makes me a lot exhausted. That makes me a
Hmm.
lot exhausted mentally as well.
Yeah.
But when I feel that I'm burning out, because like we say, we are humans. We got thoughts every day.
Yeah.
We swim in a
Hmm.
ocean of thoughts. When I feel bad for that injury, it makes me think a lot. Even when I'm training and I'm training in with high intensity.
Hmm.
But then I start realizing, okay, I'm here, so I need to focus more on what I'm doing right now, because
Yeah.
what I'm doing right now is more important than my thought of being this, being that. So I think about the outcome again that I want from the fight, and
Hmm.
then I refocus again on what I was doing. So let's say, for
Yeah.
example, I'm doing pads, and I start thinking about, oh, I feel pain here, I feel pain here, my neck, I feel exhausted. Then I deep breathe, and then I start saying, okay, I'm here now. I need to hit those
Yeah.
pads the best way I can. I need to hit this bag the best way I can. So refocus and keep going on because I'm gonna have a fight soon. So I don't want this outcome. I want that outcome, the one that fits me.
Yeah.
And then I carry on doing what I was doing.
And it's important for people that are hearing this story to understand that when they say, oh, just change your thoughts and just be more positive or visualize the outcome, or that takes training, because all our life we've been
Yeah.
bombarded with this cycle of thinking. And it's actually scientific. Your neural pathways, right, they're designed and they've been trained that when you have that negative thought or that unskillful thought, it leads to another unskillful thought, and that has some chemical effects in your body as well.
Yeah.
And that's something that you can untangle and you can retrain, and it takes practice. But yes, I notice a thought. Do I have to believe that thought? Do I have to go in that direction? And when we train mindfulness, we learn that every time you have that thought, there's a choice. Do I go down the old way, which is, okay, whatever happens in my mind, the autopilot, I just follow it? Or is there a new way when I'm tired or I feel the pain and I'm worried, and that can I use that and say, that is a thought. It is not reality.
Yeah.
And then in understanding that, you can make different decisions and you start to create new pathways in the brain, right? That's something that expands into life itself. So let's talk about now how in life, right? There's Igli the fighter and there's Igli the man, right? The
Yeah,
human
yeah, that's
being,
still part of me.
right? And like I said, now you're back in Italy. You've had a lot of changes this year and a lot of stresses, right? How has how has management of your mind, and how is the training of mindfulness? What other benefits do you see in life rather than just as a fighter?
So the benefits in life about mindfulness actually are a lot. Like being more polite to people, not 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 really boom straight on the point.
Yeah.
Because I used to be more straight on the point, but now
Hmm.
I am more like, okay, let's take a deep breath and then trying to find another way to sort out things,
Yeah.
or like um, trying to trying to be more intelligent on discussions, and that also takes a lot of training mentally, because so many people nowadays, especially, they go straight on the point. They
Yeah.
break your feelings
Hmm.
without even think, oh, I'm gonna go break his thing. I'm gonna go break his feelings if I do like this. So
Yeah.
that also requires a lot of, I need to breathe before I go to say that thing.
Yes.
And because humans are like that, boom, straight on a point. Not really everyone, but I used to be like that. So and
Yeah.
see people breaking people feelings sometimes.
Yeah.
So mindfulness helps me also to manage that and relax myself in a daily life. And yeah, a lot of changes in my life this year, like coming back from UK and uh, readapting my life, readapting my new life here in Italy, and trying to find another thing that fits my life.
Hmm.
So also that I had to think positive, let let thoughts come and see what thought I need in that moment. Because especially when you have something like happen to me, boom, your mind start like get bombarded by thoughts. Is like a place, is like a war zone. Your head,
Mm.
you're gonna become like a war zone, and every thought is a bomb. Boom, 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 straight to your
Yeah.
head. So you need to defend your head from that bomb. You need to defend that war zone. Do you know what I mean? Okay, seems
Absolutely.
like, but yeah, that's the best. That's the best way to explain it, because
Yeah.
every thought I got this here, boom, 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 was bombarding my head, and everything happened also close by the fights. There's
Yeah.
so many people in my life this year, like boom, tried to like cut my leg off. So many, things that happen. Tried to cut my leg off. Like let's say my dreams of coming back fighting, my dreams of traveling the world as well. But I said to myself, that's my life. I choose. So let me think about what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna manage this. Because even when people talks to you, they give you their thoughts,
Hmm.
which is the bombs in your war zone. So you need to be able to defend yourself from also people thoughts, and
Yeah.
that's what is that's the hardest part for me, because you can be able to manage your thoughts, but you need also to be able to manage even the people thoughts that are close to you.
Yeah.
So also for that, if someone says something about you, worth it or stuff like that, boom, just take a deep breath and let it go. Think about what really matter,
Yeah.
who really you are. So, as we said before, just focus on stuff that you can control, stuff on your hands.
Yeah. And remember, it's not just the ability to take a breath and return. It's, do you have the stamina to do it all day long?
Yeah,
Because, especially when we hear negative feedback or, something that's not
yeah,
helpful,
yeah.
especially from people that we care about, or it's not that it comes up once in the mind, it will keep coming back again and again and again. It's not mental weakness, it's just habit. And so that's why it can feel like depression. That's why it can feel overwhelming, because it's not you trying to battle it once. It's you'll have to learn, how do you battle it all day long, right? And when you combine that with a fight coming up, or when you have several of these bombs coming at the same time, that's when that real strong mental training is so important. Otherwise, it can get overwhelming. It can become too much.
Yeah, yeah,
But I've noticed now that in your posts on Instagram, there's a lot of more positive things now. There's a lot of, especially around the mind, tips and advice. What's the reason behind that?
so the reason behind that is that I want. So right now, I'm not coaching people 100% of my life, like 24 hours a day, like I used to do before. And I used to do that before for 3 years long. So that what I miss the most, being a mentor to people. So I
Yeah,
said to myself one day, if I'm not, if I'm not like present there, like as a person, how
yeah,
can I keep up those people?
mm,
Okay, I can share my, I can share my knowledge with social medias. So I'll start thinking, okay, today I'm gonna do this post for people, and I start like also learning from the posts I was doing,
mm-hmm,
because every time I was writing something, I was reading it myself, and I was realizing, oh, I know this thing, so I'm gonna practice myself this thing
yes, yeah,
as well. So
mm-hmm,
it doesn't help. It doesn't help just people, but it helps me as well.
yeah,
And also, it's more important. I did it because I want to spread more my knowledge to people, and yeah, growing up on social medias. Because the more I grow up, the more people gonna know me, and the more people gonna know me, the more I can spread the
okay,
that that mindfulness of being in life. Like how can I express, sorry, bro,
yeah.
like, because I want to explain myself, and
Well, being present,
yeah, of being present, yeah, exactly.
yeah, because I think the word being present, encapsulates everything, right? Because that's what mindfulness is. It's the skill to learn to be present, right? So one last question from me then is, and I ask this all the time, is what matters most to you? Okay, and it can be about anything. If someone asks you that one question, what matters most? What's the most important thing for you?
Being happy, being happy in life and quiet. That's what matters for me the most.
Yeah.
Finding
Peace.
happiness, peace, yeah.
Hmm.
Because once you got that, you can do everything.
Yeah.
Like there is no thought in that ocean that we was talking about before that can stop you swimming.
Mm.
Once you find real happiness, once you find real peace, not just peace around you, but peace inside you.
Hmm.
Once you find that, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Even in your head, there is a war zone, and boom, 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 thoughts come in, thoughts bombarding your head. Da, da, da. You got the skill to be peaceful. You got the skill to be happy.
Yes. Yeah. Agreed. And that's a lovely way to kind of, end this podcast. And for me too, as well. I think when people ask me what is happiness, not only what matters most, what is happiness, I always say peace, because I've in all the years I've lived and all the happiness and the different experiences, when you have peace, like you said, that's kind of the platform for everything that you do in life, as far as being able to to enjoy it. So thank you for sharing that, and I think
Thank
it's
you
just a
too.
great example to show the importance of training the mind, and how an untrained mind can be so chaotic and a war zone. And with a trained mind, it doesn't mean the war goes away, but we learn to defend ourselves. And
Yeah.
hopefully, the more that we practice that, the more we can get to that peace that you're talking about. All right. So, thanks again. And,
Thank you
just very
too.
quickly, what's one of your goals for 2026?
Okay, my goals for 2026. So I had some stuff in common new, but of course, like we said at the beginning, life is not just a straight line.
Mm,
It's like a roller coaster. And
yeah.
I did a post about it. So I was going up, 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 and then now I'm do 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 do, and then again da 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 da, da, and then
Mm,
boom again. So 2026, my goals are number one, leave Italy again and start traveling.
okay.
Find a new place where to start training people and spread my knowledge in terms of coaching wise, and also because right now I'm coaching online some people as well, and I don't teach them, of course. I don't. I'm not able to teach them mindfulness, but I'm able to teach them to be mindful. So start breathing
Hmm.
when I train them. So breathe. Even when you train, breathe. So growing up more my online community for
Hmm.
training people and training more Muay Thai, but good quality Muay Thai. So trying to go in Thailand and stay a bit long in Thailand.
Wonderful. All right, then, brother. All the best for that, for
Thank you so much.
2026. And thank you for sharing your story.
It's a pleasure.